So everybody chips in. Again, $100 is the suggested contribution amount. If you can't contribute $100, contribute whatever amount it is that you can. But putting in nothing is like I've said before, putting in nothing is the issue. So 13 of you, we got to have 13. Out of all the people that listen, we got to have 13 without fail put in $100. So please just, stop what you're doing, pause this for a minute, go make your $100 contribution, and then come back and listen to the rest of the show. And if you do make your $100 contribution, that'll get you the into the Gold Club membership that I mentioned before, and you'll start getting the daily shows delivered to you for free. If you already have a Podbean membership and you just want the video version, please indicate when you make your contribution for the Gold Club membership that you just want the video version, or if you want both. So there you go. We have had 2 people come on as Gold members so far. That's awesome. We get a couple of, listen, if 2 of you came in on the Platinum Club membership right now, we'd be almost there. We'd be within $300 or so what we need. So don't forget the Platinum Club will get you everything basically for life. One time, the Gold Club is $100 monthly, whatever period of time, however you have. It's not a recurring thing. It's not a PayPal recurring thing. It's just you contribute $100 one time, and for 30 days, you'll be in the Gold Club and get the Gold Club stuff. You don't contribute another $100 or more. It's $100 or more to be in the Gold Club. Any amount over $100. $100 is just a minimum, If you want to be in the Platinum Club, that's a $500 contribution. That gets you everything. You'll get audio and video show downloads from the download store daily for life, as well as anything from the download store, all my films, audiobooks, everything that's currently in there and anything that will be in there in the future, you will get for free for a one-time contribution of $500 for life. So get in the Gold and Platinum Club, and please help us reach our goals so we can stay alive, guys, and not go under. All right. I'm getting nervous because we got a long way to go. We don't have much time left. And I'm trying to keep my blood balanced and low, and I don't want to get freaked out and I was, wind up back in the fucking hospital again and shit. So just please, I'm begging you just to please get your contributions in now. So, save on my health. All right. The news and stuff for you real quick. I didn't have time I saw this email come in. I didn't have time to address it. So I'll address it here. It was from a listener, Rick. He really enjoyed when I was talking about the Bee Gees the other day in the Bee Gees documentary. Now, listen, the Bee Gees are great. I mean, they're fucking great. There's just no way around it. I know a lot of people. So that's the other thing too. I don't believe in guilty pleasures. That's one thing I don't believe in. People say, I saw a post like that on Facebook, on social media the other day. People were saying, what's your social media? What's your social media? What's your guilty pleasure music artist? And to me, there's no such thing. I think that's the stupidest way to go about things. You should never have, there shouldn't be any such thing as a guilty pleasure. You like what you like, and fuck everybody else if they don't like it. You know what I mean? I've never understood that. Oh, the Bee Gees are my guilty pleasure. No, fuck that. You don't have to be a guilty pleasure. Who are you so worried about judging you that you have to have music or whatever that you consider, or movies or anything else, or TV shows you consider to be a guilty pleasure? That's just the dumbest mindset to me. I've never understood that. Like, I don't have anything that's a guilty pleasure. I like what I like. You will like what you like. And you know what? That's why it's great that there's so many fucking choices out there, isn't it? Because we can all like different stuff. None of us have to like the same thing. And stuff that I like that you might not like, and stuff that, vice versa, we can share, and you never know. I might start to like something I didn't like before because you shared something with me, and vice versa. That's a great thing. So I don't believe in guilty pleasures and all that, but it was just nice to get some feedback on that. But Rick also sent an email this morning and asked what I thought about the band Badfinger. Badfinger's great. But you will be hearing me talk about Badfinger actually coming up in the Spellcasters Volume 3. Badfinger are a major component in the whole fake Paul McCartney thing. They're a major component in that. I don't know if you knew that or not, Rick, but they're a major component in that. And I can't give too much away, but they're a major component. And I mean, when you just look at the fact that what did you have? Three? You had three of those guys in that band Badfinger who were signed by the Beatles, who were signed to the Beatles record label, Apple Recordings. Three of those guys committed suicide in that band, and there's nothing shady there. Are you kidding me? So yeah, they are definitely, without giving too much away, they're definitely a part, I believe, based on my research and based on what I'll be presenting in the Spellcasters Volume 3 when I get to all that fall stuff. Yeah, they are a part. Definitely, Badfinger are a part of what I call the fall body count. And boy, there's a big body count. The fall body count is just, it's once you see me lay it all out for you and you see how many different musicians, big name musicians, I believe were, based on the evidence and the research, were murdered. The ones that seemingly don't have anything to do with each other. Big name, famous musicians whose deaths were directly connected to the whole fall thing. It's going to blow your mind. I mean, your mind's already going to be blown. But yeah, Badfinger are definitely a major component of the whole fall conspiracy thing, and you're going to see that in the future films I got coming out. So there you go. All right, let's get into the news now. Why are coronavirus cases plummeting? New infections have fallen 44% in the U.S. and 30% globally in the past 3 weeks, and experts say vaccine is not the main driver because only 8% of Americans and 13% of people worldwide have received their first dose. I saw this day, and it says experts are baffled. So let me get this straight. Again, if this doesn't prove yet again that they want this thing, they've been planning this thing and they've been wanting this thing to stay bad. I mean, with this news story say experts are baffled. They don't know why. They're baffled because they can't explain why the coronavirus rates and the cases are dropping all of a sudden. I'm baffled. I'm baffled at that. That's mind blowing. Instead you could at least say something like, well, hey, all the, the social distancing and the masks and all that stuff are working. Apparently that's not working. Apparently that, for what they're saying, that has nothing to do with it. They don't know why. Well, isn't that some shit? So instead of being baffled why the cases are getting worse, they're baffled because it's getting better and they don't know why. And yet they're still continuing to pump, the fear and all this stuff. As the deadliest month of the coronavirus pandemic in the U.S. came to an end, the nation is seeing signs of progress, including plummeting cases of COVID-19 and hospitalizations and accelerating vaccination rates. On Wednesday, 110,679 new infections were recorded. Again, they're not giving the data or the age. They're every time they talk about these new cases and how many people died, they never give out the information of the age groups, because the majority of these people that are dying are people who are old, have pre-existing health conditions, all kinds of stuff like that. But they're just making it out to seem like this is just people of all ages and everything, and it really isn't. It's not. What's more, the 7-day rolling average of new cases currently sits at 135,904, a 44% decline from the average 3 weeks earlier. A DailyMail.com analysis shows 44 states are seeing a decline in cases. Johns Hopkins data reveals with just Alabama, Louisiana, Montana, New Jersey, Oklahoma, Pennsylvania, and the District of Columbia on the upswing. In addition, as the country headed into February, COVID-19 hospitalizations fell below 100,000 for the first time in 2 months. However, most officials say that with fewer than 2% of the population fully immunized against the virus, it is too soon to say the vaccines are causing the decline. So the question remains, why are cases falling so fast in the U.S.? And can the nation stay ahead of the fast-spreading mutations of the virus? Again, it's insane. Just, why can't you just be happy about it and celebrate? Again, I don't believe any of that bullshit about masks and social distancing. I mean, listen, like I said, we all go along to get along, and that's fine. But I don't believe, because you've seen the other stories that they've been running too, right? About how the flu this year, the flu season, something it's non-existent. It's virtually completely non-existent. Nobody's getting the flu all of a sudden. Why not? We've all been told we needed to get flu shots and all that stuff before, right? How come all of a sudden the flu's just gone away? The fact of the matter is, I don't care what anybody says. They're quick to say, and they're quick to jump on you if you say this. But I think that just, the proof is in the pudding. The data the data backs this up. The fact of the matter is, COVID is, I don't think it's even nearly as bad as the flu. I mean, look how many people the flu kills a year. But now all of a sudden we're told it's virtually non-existent. It's not even an issue. How? How is that possible? It's just interesting that, all these things that we've been told we needed to do to reduce the spread, you think they'd be jumping all over that, saying, see, we told you, wearing masks and social distancing and, and not having, having restrictions in stores and restaurants and all that. See, it's working. They're not. They're too baffled as to why it's getting better. They're shocked by it. I mean, it's insane. Instead of celebrating and maybe taking a little victory lap and saying, hey, good news, guys, it's getting better. And they're shitting bricks. See, they're scared now. They're shitting bricks because it's getting better on its own. Hardly anybody's been vaccinated, and it's already starting to go away on its own. And that is essentially their whole entire plan blowing up in their face, ladies and gentlemen. That's really what that is. Listen, I mean, I know that we've been kind of light on good news the past several months. This is great news. The fact that this thing is getting better, and according to the experts, it doesn't have as far as they know, it doesn't have anything to do with any of the things they told us. It's basically just fixing it. It's correcting itself on its own, essentially. Now, again, it's hard to quantize that. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to see exactly what the numbers are that, but it's interesting that instead of them, claiming a victory for all the things and restrictions and stuff, they're baffled by the fact that it's correcting itself basically in spite of all of the things that they've tried to do, including the vaccinations. They're baffled and shocked because the numbers are dropping, but yet the numbers are dropping. It don't seem to have anything to do with people, because a small amount of people have been vaccinated. So they're not dropping because of that. Fascinating stuff. But of course, they'll come back and say, oh, well, we've got the new super COVID now.